How do you become more creative? This week's business book recommendation is for How Creativity Rules the World by Maria Brito. This book is about where creativity comes from. Drawing on many examples from across the art and tech worlds, this book looks at the habits and techniques of those who are creative and teaches you how to apply them to your own life and business. So what did I learn? Well, this book dispels the myth that creativity can't be learned. When you embrace creativity as a process or action rather than a personality trait, it's easy to see how it can be learned. Taking each practice one by one, the author shares stories of creative people who employ them, and then shares how you can too. Practices like daydreaming, improvisation, cross-pollinating, or deconstructing. What did it make me think differently about? The word creativity itself. The book addresses the difference between artistic and creative, but it also made me think about my perception of creativity. I'd always looked at it from the perspective of what comes out. Once I had made something new or different, I can look at it and think I was creative, or that was a creative solution. But actually, this book looks far more at the input side, what you can actively do to be more creative, as opposed to viewing something as a creative output. What's your perspective? Do you think of creativity as something that you can see in retrospect, or something you know you are doing in the moment? What actions did I take? Conscious creativity. Let's try some of the techniques outlined in the book and see what happens. Some haven't worked so well for me and some really have. Looking at limiting circumstances, for example, has shifted what I see as possible. This is where you let your rational mind answer the question, what are the limiting circumstances that make me do something in the way that I do it? Then you let your imagination run wild if that limiting circumstance didn't exist. I've also enjoyed the exercises to sharpen your observation skills. This one I went into with some skepticism, but have noticed when you allow yourself to notice, you do, and more ideas come to your mind freely. What's the impact been? Well, stop looking at creativity as fixed. You can change what you do to produce better. This book really has widened my spectrum of ideas and has allowed me to see that I can and will continue to get more and more creative. You aren't assigned a creativity rating that can't shift. Another book that I probably wouldn't have chosen a year ago, but has been part of my mission to widen my sphere of reading. A lot of practical and insightful information about how to think about and apply creativity, but also a lot of interesting notes about well-known and lesser-known artists, which was intriguing. A recommended read for anyone who wishes they were more creative, but doesn't know where to start. Have a wonderful day.